My friends the Rhino and the Scorpion are back behind bars. But only after wreaking unimaginable havoc in a reckless rampage with Spider-Man. Hopefully, they'll never see daylight again. But we need to be ready if they do. Normal humans can't stand against the likes of the Rhino. So, here's my proposal. You've heard of police dogs, right? Now bear with me. We train, outfit, and deploy police rhinoceroses. You got a rhino? We got a rhino too, baby!
Ground teams, this is Control. What's the situation in the financial district?
Control, we are arresting civilians who refuse to cooperate with locating Spider-Man.
Forget the civics, get Spider-Man!
We need to have a chat about your definition of security.
Echo Charlie, engage!
Rounding up protesters. What's happening to this city?
Let's just high-five Spider-Man! Stupid suit or something!
Look, I know you've been hacking into our crime system towers.
Wasn't me. I mean, what towers?
I don't mind. In fact, I need your help. I think someone's jamming the system, and they must be using multiple jammers to cover the full frequency range. Could you take a look? If you help, I promise I won't tell anyone you're hacking us.
I prefer to call it sharing, but sure. The jammers emit a signal I can detect. Just need to swing through the financial district and hunt for a signal. Found a signal. Just need to follow it. I'll check the taller rooftops in the district. Any jamming devices would only be effective atop tall buildings.
Look!
Fisk's men. This is my shock face.
You're done! Keep it on the ground! Let's finish this!
Gotta take out the jamming device. That jammer's shoddy workmanship. I just took out a jamming device. That do anything?
No, but like I said, there's probably a bunch of them.
Makes sense. I'll track him down. I wonder if Fisk's men had anything to do with the system going down in the first place. Aw, he had a jamming party and didn't invite me.
Get it! Got it! You made your last mistake. Who's that? You're dead now. Anyone see him? Yo, there he is!
Pretty night.
Enough!
Keep him on the ground, or we don't stand a chance.
Just need to get rid of the jammer. Can't forget to wreck the jammer. Sometimes breaking stuff is the answer. And it's fun, too.
Spider-Man, it's working. I'm starting to get a weak signal. It's garbled, but I picked up something about Fisk and outfit.
Fisk was the kingpin of crime, but he didn't deal in knockoff fashion. The sooner the system is fixed, the sooner we know what they're planning. What tall buildings in the district haven't I checked yet? Only one jammer left. Found you.
I'm in an
Doing now.
ass-kicking move. I see him! Flank him!
Shoot him down already!
Now I just need to wreck the jammer. Okay, that's the last of them. The system should be back online.
Spider-Man, the crime system's working again.
Great. Any more info on Fisk's men or those outfits?
No, but the system's reporting unauthorized activity down by the docks. I'm sending coordinates now.
I'll check it out. Gotta get to the docks before they escape. Guns. Enough firepower for a small army. Whatever they're planning to do with those, it's nothing good. Gotta find out what those guns are for. You're in timeout.
It's time for Ramirez's team to suit up. I get the uniforms and ideas, but why do we need so much extra muscle? Because if things go south, we'll need all the firepower we can get. You really think this plan can work? After how much these IDs cost?
What's that?
It's better.
You're dead now. I'll enjoy this.
Now maybe I can figure out what's going on. Guns, prison guard uniforms, and spoofed ID cards. They were planning to bust Fisk out of the raft. Sorry to spoil your prison break, guys.
You want some? Gross, it's sticky.
Looks like New York's finest have it from here.
Everything's clear on my end, too. Thanks for restoring the system, Spider-Man. I won't tell anyone you're piggybacking on it, but if you get caught, you're on your own.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to delete my selfies from the crime system servers.
Mark your calendars, folks, because I'm going to say something.
Surprise! Sable really gives a guy a run for his money.
Ground teams, this is Control. What's the status in Tribeca?
ACC Foxtrot reporting. In pursuit of escaped prisoners.
If I stop the convicts first, the Sable guys will shoot at me. And if I stop Sable first, the convicts might get away. Just once I'd like an easy choice.
Don't let him get away! Weapon system down.
Chalk up one for the good guys. Another camera. Gotta be Black Cat.
Are you jealous I'm visiting my other man? I hope so. But you should know bad boys aren't my type.
There it is. Why are you doing this, Felicia? You know I'm gonna catch you.
All units 1043. Police transport is taking fire. Location is Seaport. Please copy.
Spider-Man! Take him down!
I like it way better on this side of the house.
Perforate him! Just one guy! How's he winning?
Full set. It's kind of sweet how they tried to save their friends. I mean, not so sweet I will punch them, but... bought this used graphing calculator at a pawn shop. Stopped working in the middle of a trig exam. Huh, you get what you pay for.
Alexei, I've followed...
This is Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, where listeners like you discuss the issues affecting our city with Pulitzer Prize-winning...
Two-time
Pulitzer Prize-winning former publisher of the Daily Bugle...
Hey, plug the book!
And as always, if you order Mr. Jameson's book, Spider-Man, Threat or Menace, within 24 hours of our broadcast, you'll get an autographed copy at no extra charge.
No personalizations, don't ask, not gonna get it. Welcome to Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, alerting you to the threats you don't even know about. Let's dive right into the calls. Speak.
Okay, so not for nothing. You gotta give Spider-Man respect for taking down Wilson Fisk, right? I mean, one less mob boss is good for everybody.
Is that right? Tell me, are you a police officer? Prosecutor? Maybe an award-winning reporter with decades on the job like me?
No, I'm a plumber.
Oh, good. Then fix my toilet and shut up! Let me explain something to you about crime bosses. Soon as one goes down, every punk with a gun, a tracksuit, and a drawer full of gold chains decides he's the next godfather. We're gonna have a gang war in the streets, but Okay. Even the mole people living in the sewers know about the high-speed chase between police, Spider-Man, and the demons. Once again, Spider-Man makes a bad situation infinitely worse, and we have a highly intelligent caller who agrees with me. You're on with J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes, Mr. Jameson. Yeah, I was trying to get to work, and I was almost run over. Look, I understand that Spider-Man saved the kidnapped victim, and I'm glad about that. But I could have been killed.
Not just you. This is the problem with that masked maniac. The police are able to coordinate efforts, block streets, lay down tire shredding strips, because they're a team. Spider-Man is a one-man show who cares about one thing. Spider-Man! And you almost paid for that. With your life. Folks, the mastermind of the City Hall bombing has finally been brought to justice, and shockingly, it's philanthropist Martin Lee. Now, I'll discuss in a moment what kind of twisted Jekyll and Hyde mentality it takes to lead such a double life. But first, a word of caution to everyone celebrating his arrest. Yes, there is someone else who isn't emerging from this crisis in a positive light. Mayor Osborn. Experimenting on something as deadly as devil's breath in the heart of Manhattan is the height of irresponsibility. What did Osborn know and when did he know it? The answer could mean the difference between electoral defeat, impeachment, and prison. Stay tuned to the only voice you can trust in these dire times. Mine. New polls are in. Mayor Osborn's approval ratings have spiked since Martin Lee's arrest. He seems a shoo-in for re-election. I've got one of his supporters on the line. The mass breakout at Rikers Island, which camera footage clearly shows Spider-Man involved in, has spilled countless hardened criminals into our streets at the worst possible time. I want to hear how it's affecting you. Speak!
I don't know who I'm more scared of. The criminals or these Sable people? They've all got guns. I mean, it's like the Wild West out here. If one doesn't kill you, the other will.
You raise a very salient point, caller. In times of martial law, civil liberties are most at risk. My advice? Keep your head down. Don't go out unless you have to. Trust the police before Sable. They're from here. They're in this with us. Document any abuses. At some point, this will be over, and they will be held accountable.
Well, what do we do about the escaped inmates from Rikers, Mr. Jameson? They'll do anything. Looting, home invasion, murder.
Fight back. Arm yourselves with whatever you can. Legal firearms, baseball bats, pepper spray, hell, cooking spray in the eyes if that's all you got. We're New Yorkers. We don't lie down for anyone.
Okay, but what if it's one of these nut jobs with powers? Like that rhinoceros guy?
And my friend, you pray. And you go down fighting.
Sable team stationed in Trinity. What's your status? Over.
Control, a group of civilians are inciting violence against peacekeepers.
Checking.
Always knew these Sable guys were gonna be bad news.
Spider-Man sighted, please advise. Deploy heavy ordnance.
He's here! Throw him off!
This is really flattering. But tell Silver Sable I only like her as a friend.
Heavy ordnance offline.
advised, looters are targeting food supply locations. Officers needed in Hudson Town.
Away, bro. Kill the spider or
Hey, you forgot this knuckle sandwich!
You got a death wish? I can help with that. Not getting away with that. Not getting out of this alive. This'll hurt. Man down! Get it off! I'm not going back inside.
And back to Rikers you go.
Thanks, Spike.
This is why I'm glad
Folks, I'm hearing a lot of praise for Spider-Man lately, and I'm not saying it's entirely unwarranted. He did listen to me after all, and did the right thing in the end. But dial it back, will ya? I can tell it's going to his head. Look at him. The wisecracking, the grandstanding, swinging around the city like he owns it. This is not his city, it's mine. I mean ours.
Attention units, a break-in was just reported. Report came in from Little Italy.
Those guys are already breaking. I better stop the entry.
Even know what this could be big for us.
sitting back while the other big shots pick each other off, trying to take Fisk's place.
You're pretty smart.
Gotta be. Only way a new player can get established. Spider-Man. Hey, he's busy with the big guys.
Yeah.
Figured out. Your mind is the most powerful part of the body. I almost did this last year, but it wasn't working.
Webs are all over me!
Someone needs a nap. You guys don't look like locksmiths.
It's the bug! You ain't so tough! That got him good!
Look at it this way. If I'd actually let you break in, you'd be going away for a lot longer.